Hi, I'm Scott, and this is Dad It Yourself. Good afternoon. Here we are in my backyard. Got a comment from one of my viewers asking questions on how he could take care of a small backyard. And my backyard is not that big. It's only about 15 feet wide and about 20 feet long, as you can see, with the planting beds around. So we're going to do some landscape maintenance, I'm going to do some lawn work, and we're actually going to do some sprinklers. So one of the first things I have to take care of is this landscape bed along the fence line. I have to weed it out and trim some of these bushes back. So right here, so they're not touching the ground, and mulch a little right there, and that goes all the way around. The second thing I need to take care of is this mess right here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a mud puddle next to that sprinkler head, and it extends all the way out into this area. This is all mushy. So I either have a leak here, or I think because this sprinkler head is actually the end of the line along this patio, and it's the low point. So I think the water's draining to that point. And then I also have to reposition this sprinkler head right here. It sits up a little high and it needs to be fixed. And my final task will be to mow this and treat it. And hopefully with some fertilizer, I can do something about this brown spot right here. Getting plenty of water, so not sure really what the deal is. So you can see here I went along this landscape bed, trimmed all the trees, clearing the underbrush pretty much so I can see all the trunks. Gives it a nice clean look. I also trim everything back to get it off of the fence. Give me a clear view there so some sun, some water, and all that can get in there. Down to this one. That one's a little messy right there. Had a lot of grass growth in it, cleared all that out. Pulled the weeds as I was going along. That one, and then the little boxwood on the end. They don't need a lot of trimming. Now, this monster. So this right here is called horsetail from what I've told. I've looked it up on the internet before. I think it's foxweed, or I don't know what it's called. If you guys know, please put something down in the comments. And this is a never-ending battle for me. Every year I am fighting this to the point where it's starting to come out into my lawn. You can see some of it right there. And some of it over here. I put a lawn safe on it and it tends to kill it off a little bit, but it comes back with a vengeance every year. I'm told that it uses runners that go underneath the soil, and as fast as you pull it, it just grows again. And if my neighbor on the other side of this fence has an infestation, it's just going to keep coming under the fence. So any advice you can offer me on how to get rid of the horsetail would be greatly appreciated. Okay. So let's get this bed cleaned up now. So if you missed that, I just got stung in the face right here by something, a wasp or a bee. That was quite an enjoyable experience. The pain actually has gone away now, so let's get back to work. Got me again, so I think there's a nest or something in that tree. I'm going to take a deeper look. So let me show you what we got here. See if I can get in there without getting stung. Got a big old wasp nest right there. I'm gonna have to get something to take care of that before I work on this tree again. All right, moving on. Okay, so all the landscape beds have been trimmed out and cleaned and de-weeded, if that's a good term or not. This tree right here, I'm going to have to come back to. I did get some of the stuff off the bottom, but there is a wasp nest in there, so I'm going to have to get that taken care of before I trim that off. And then got that last plant over there in the corner. And then there's my plum tree. Don't even talk to me about my plum tree. It's having a banner year, as you can see, and the fruit is actually making all the branches bend. It almost looks like it's hanging onto the fence for dear life because of the weight. Once I harvest this tree in another month, I'll trim it back so it doesn't get so big next year. It's all the way up onto the pergola there. And we'll keep working that one. What I think I'm going to do over here is, for some reason, when the landscaper came and built the yard up for me, put that rock right there. So when I put the lawn edging in, I went around the rock. I'm going to move that rock over there, and then I'm going to make this landscape bed actually make the regular corner around through here like the rest of the yard, and then put some grass in there. Okay, got that one all torn out, some of that dirt and the mulch moved back. Let's go ahead and turn this on and see if it's leaking. So it looks like that sprinkler head in the body is okay, it's not leaking. Just must be because it was the low point. So let's go ahead and move that to its new location, and that should solve the problem. Alright, we'll put some grass seed down, fill in this spot. Scott's Turf Builder grass seed. This is a mix of Kentucky bluegrass, rye, and tall fescue, specifically for the area of the country I'm in, which is Washington State. Had good luck with this, and should have good luck with it this time too. So let's get this started. Alright, let's get started on this one. It should be a quick fix. So here's the last area that needs a little of attention when it comes to sprinklers. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's really spongy in here too. I believe I'm probably going to find another one of those 2-inch sprinkler bodies in there. And with a 4-inch, the spout gets a little higher so it doesn't get as spongy and wet right there. And I don't know if you can see that, but the yellow and the green blades, that tells me that there's a fungus there because there's too much water. So let's dig into that real quick and probably replace that sprinkler head box. Okay, so I got that all piped in there. I gotta hurry up because as you can see, it is starting to rain. So let's get this filled back in and test it. So as you can see here, got the new 4-inch body in. Nice good clearance above the lawn. Down here, same thing. And I actually went in and took the 4-inch body out and put a 2-inch body in there. They're fine when they're up in the planter bed like that. They still get plenty of clearance, as you can see. It's getting nice out over the yard. But what I think is gonna come up tomorrow is that one right there is probably a 2-inch body and it's gonna have to be replaced. So I'll do that. I'm running out of sunlight, so gonna have to finish this up tomorrow with the lawn. And then that wasp's nest. We'll go after that first thing in the morning. So it's the next day. As you saw earlier in the video, I actually got stung by some wasps. They got me on the back of the head, right here on my face, and on the inside of my left arm. It hurt like hell, but it went away after a while. But I'm gonna go get them now with this. There'll be a link down below. Here we go. That'll teach them. Alright, so it's been a few hours since I sprayed the wasps. Let's go in and get the little buggers. Well, that about does it for this week's video. I spent about $1 to $2 a square foot when I initially put this yard in, but spend less than $100 a year just to maintain it. A nice backyard has some grass, some landscaping, a little hardscape, maybe even a fire pit. But make it something that you want to spend time in. You don't have to impress your neighbors. It is your backyard. Hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. I got some videos right here if you're interested. Subscribe button's right down there. Thanks for watching. Dad it yourself.